Sizeo. I'm in Toronto, Canada. I was born in 1982. Now that I'm older, I look back, everything pointed towards graffiti. I lived, facing a really busy rail line. And at that point, there was hardly any graffiti on trains. You would see, one or two pieces a day. And it would blow your mind, you know? You're like, holy shit, where's this coming from? I was taking the GO train into the city all the time from the suburbs. And at that point, there was a dude up named Tess. There's Tess and Stack. I went to this bridge spot, and there was a brand new Tess and Stack piece. And they were, still to me, the cleanest pieces I've ever seen to this day. And I was like, holy shit, I saw those guys on the line. I see them here, right by my house, you know. I was like, I gotta start doing graffiti. It snowballed out of control. Ever since then, that's it. That's all I've ever wanted to do was hang out on the train tracks and fucking paint trains and paint shit on the GO line. The GO line to us being out, not downtown was the most important thing. And it just, that was it. You know, I guess that would have been the early to mid 90s. I think I did my first actual piece in 1996, but all of 1995 I was tagging, just terribly, you know, doing whatever kids do. Tags and throw-ups, both, man. Everything you do is important, so, you know, every little tag counts. Even if you see little tiny tags, those are the shit that, when you're in a foreign city and you're wandering around or whatever, you'll see tags from people that are, this big, little stupid areas or whatever. That shit counts. And throw-ups, and if you can't do a decent throw-up, then quit writing it. Bombing and piecing, for me, you know, doing quick, simple, straight letters is the best thing to me. It's the most fun. I love hanging out on walls with my friends and, you know, painting murals and stuff like that too, but, I'd rather do something that I can get, almost instant gratification from and, you know, get on with it. Streets, trains, growing up in the suburbs, it was obviously trains because, you know, you're throwing a bottle into the ocean and it's leaving. You know, when you're stuck out in the suburban sprawl, you don't have that option. So you're like, what's the point of going and bombing in the suburbs? How are you going to go and do fill-ins in some suburban convenience store and call yourself a graffiti writer, you know, fuck it. You know, the streets in the cities are what's up. You know, you gotta do everything. For a long time, I would focus on trains, and I still focus predominantly on trains. That's my shit. But I love walking the streets. I love being out in a city. It doesn't matter what city I'm in, and it doesn't matter where I am. My 18th birthday, which was you know, milestone, and just, you know, would have fucking sucked if I got arrested. We got chased from a freight spot, and I ended up hiding in a backyard. And the cop, he had his gun drawn, and he started coming towards me. I was hiding in a shed, you know, I was just painting a boxcar, and now I'm hiding from a dude with a fucking gun and a badge. And he's going for the door, and his hand was shaking. All I could hear was my heartbeat. It was just in my ears. Dude opened the door. I rushed out, man. I was like a jack in the box, and I scared the shit out of him, and he fell backwards, and I just fucking ran. And I'm running down the street, and there's another squad car pulling up, what? And I'm like, alright, I'm going to jail, fuck. And I can hear him scream, cut him off, Hal, cut him off. Hal hit me with the car. And I was on the hood of the car, and he slams on the brakes, and I go forward, and I'm just still running. And Hal gets out of the car, and he's like a 400-pound fucking overweight cop. And I remember just there was a thing in my mind. It was just like a light bulb went on. I was like, thank you. And I was just running for my life, and there's no way Hal's catching up, you know. I remember looking back at old Hal, just huffing and puffing, and I got away. And, you know, I was 18, and I'm obviously a lot older now, and I've seen so much more fucked up things, being in bad neighborhoods and cities in the States, and you're just why? You know, why is this happening, and why do you subject yourself to it, and then, you get out of the situation, and you're like, fuck, whatever, dude. Tell your boys about it and go do it again the next day like an by Block, and we make ink and mops for graffiti. I started making ink at a very young age because, we didn't have it. We were always just fucking with ink my whole career. Like, from the time I was a little boy when I was 14, I was always fucking with that stuff. What makes my ink a little different than other product is the fact that it's Canadian, it's locally based. And I did almost a 2-year process of research. It's a handmade recipe that we have someone else mass produce it for us now. And it just makes sure that the quality's always there. It's really important to us, to stay local, to have things made here, like the bodies and stuff like that, or the pens and everything like that. Like, everything's coming out in Toronto. Everything's handmade picks. Like, you're in my studio space right now where every fucking bottle has ever been filled. Like, we do that shit. And that's what's up. It's not mass produced. It's not like what's going on, in other places where as things, get bigger, they sometimes get a little more watered down, and the quality of the product, it starts to suffer, where ours is, we're going to make sure that it's always the best shit possible that we can bring out to people. Top 5 spots in the city of Toronto, walk down Queen Street, that's like the hip district, but if you want to see a great graffiti mural, you can just walk Cum Jug, or whatever, 4 or 5 in the morning, cheapest General Tao chicken in the city, and you're always good to see some funny shit. Spanina used to be crushed. It still has a lot of, dope graffiti in it, a lot of history. When you walk those back laneways, you can see tags from, dating back to the late 80s with, like, bass inside. There's even old Twisto tags and stuff like that. Pearl Harbor tattoos, best place to get tattooed in Toronto. Billy Baker and Dane Lynch and those guys over there kill it. Wander the Annex, wander any neighborhood, you can see great stuff. Toronto's packed with everything. The East End's great, the West End's great. Even up north is awesome. You get into the suburban portions of the city. I'm always happy to be somewhere new and just walk around. We really just want to get people off their asses and fucking walking their city and being up. We hope to get into as many local shops as we can. So if you're a shop owner or if you shop at a certain place, let them know. Let them know that you're interested. Get in contact with us and we'll give them a great wholesale price. Big shouts out to all the guys in AOR crew, GH crew, KPS. Everyone that's been helping us out. To all our shops. We've got Complex in Vancouver and Sharks and Hammers Vancouver, all the guys in Montreal. We've got LaRock, Subv, Bombing Science, Toronto, Joe Huffer, huge help to us. They've always been, good to us. Check out letterlegends.com. Big shouts to anyone that's been helping us out. Without you guys, we can't do it. And we just want to really, deal with as many Canadian companies as we can and get out there to as many kids as we can. Check out our blogs, check us out on Twitter and shit like that. We have a Tumblr account. If you go to our main website, which is www.blockbyblock.inc.com, you can find all that stuff. And just, show us what you're doing. Send us photos. Talk to us. Like, we want to know what's up, and we want to interact with as many people as we can.